Hey everybody, I'm Recycled, and welcome back to Let's Play Elite Dangerous Horizons, a complete tutorial to materials and engineering. And now we resume our gameplay, showing how I got to see and get access to Marco Qwent. You are a bad man. This crate phantom did something bad and got shot at by the local police force. Yeah, so I guess what I'm gonna do is swap out my fixed beam lasers. I'm gonna swap them out for gimbal beam lasers. And the reason why I have beam lasers is because I only have two little class 1 lasers. It makes sense to use beams because my distributor is very powerful and I can support them. You don't want to use too many big lasers if your distributor can't handle it. In my case, I modeled it in Coriolis and I found out that if I put all my pips in weapons, then I can lay down a beam for like a minute and a half. Basically enough to cut through any shield. So that's why I chose beam lasers. Otherwise, I would use burst lasers for slight energy savings or pulse lasers for the ultimate energy savings. And if all you care about is efficiency, I found out that efficient burst lasers with oversized is the most efficient laser. It is not the most powerful, but it is the most efficient, meaning it does the most damage as per regarding the use of the energy in your weapon's capacitor. So that's interesting to know. And burst lasers generally are the most efficient in terms of doing damage for the energy they use. Pulse lasers are very efficient, but they don't do much damage. I mean, I think that's true. If you want a laser that has the lowest possible amount of power draw, that's going to be pulse lasers, I think. Efficient pulse lasers are very, very light on the distributor, but you can find all of this out in Coriolis if you model a ship with those weapons and model it against another ship that has some shields to cut through. And you'll see what that ship can handle in terms of how many guns and what class and what engineering upgrades applied. You know, what Coriolis doesn't tell you is how everything works out in an actual combat situation. So even though it will tell you correctly that fragmentation cannons do the most possible amount of damage in the least amount of time, it won't tell you that you have to be within about 100 meters of the target to actually land all those shots on target. And it also does not tell you that it's hard to hit a target that is wiggling around, that has advanced thrusters and is tiny and agile. So for example, if you had to destroy a Type 9 that could barely move in the first place, then of course frag cannons are your friend. However, if you had to kill, say, a vulture or something that was going to be turning and burning like crazy, then you'd probably want something more akin to a gimbal, well, anything. Hit scan gimbal, that describes gimbaled lasers. Hit scan fixed, that's railguns. I don't have anything. Oh jeez. Alright, do you love me now? Did we come to the right place? Oh. Yes, please. Let's do this. I can't. I'm not. What are we doing here? This is not the place to turn this in. We can get more missions if we want. No, yeah. This is the station that I should have gotten missions from. But I didn't. I got my missions from a settlement, planet side. Shada Horizons. Yep, we have to go all the way over there. Yeah, if I was just a little bit more patient when I started getting this permit by doing missions for Sirius Corporation, if I was just a little more patient, I could have flown to this space station. And we could have gotten our missions from there, because this space station, although it's further from Procyon, as you can see, it is a station, so we can get to it very quickly without having to drop in on a planet. But we didn't do that. Yeah, that was silly. I guess I assumed for a minute that I got missions from a station, but I did not. And you can tell, by the way, when you look at the list of navigation places you can go, the one you need to go to is highlighted. For example, the stations. These are all stations where you can meet with a Sirius Corporation agent to get missions from. I did not go to them. See, now it looks like I should because they're much closer. That's because I flew away from the star. And I'm yawing instead of head looking. Yes, the star, Procyon. Procyon is the main star, so when you jump into the system, that's where you begin. That's why I chose this planetary outpost, because I didn't have to fly all the way out to the station. Which one is better? In this case, probably the stations, because they're not super far away. Or if you're crazy, you could go out to this outpost. But it's around one of the outer worlds, so don't recommend it. You can do it. It's a waste of time. Don't do that. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. Don't even waste your time in private when I don't even know about it and it doesn't affect me in any way. Just please don't. Don't waste your time. I don't waste my time. Don't waste time. Wasted time is wasted. And waste is bad. Yeah, I'm sure this episode is going to be super duper long. I tried to cut out all the unimportant bits when I'm editing, but as Elite is a game that can require a whole lot of...
Orbital flight engaged.
Well, super cruising is what really takes a long time. That makes the game take a very long time. If you could go to every place that you need to go without super cruising, it's been a lot less time playing. Let's just put it that way. And I know this is true because, for instance, before I start the game, it tells me that on this account, I've already played about 18 hours of the game. And yet, all of my episodes that I've shot for this endeavor put together does not equate 18 hours. So all that stuff I edited out, I edited a lot out. And you can thank me for that. Thank me in the comments. Or don't. But, you know, I'm doing work here. I appreciate it.
Terrain alert. Climb immediately.
Really? There's terrain? I just noticed. Alright. We didn't damage the ship. That's good.
Landing complete.
Do you like us now? A little bit. Making that bar go up. Oh crap. I just accepted modular terminals instead of reputation. That sucks. And this time we can't even get reputation as the primary thing. I guess we'll take some materials. But we can donate some money to the cause. That helps a little bit. Do it. Alright. And what we've learned, we still haven't gained enough reputation to get the permit. I am going to Cormac Hub. It was a silly decision to come to this planetary outpost. I mean, it matters less now because we're almost done building reputation. I have a negative reputation with the feds. Whoops. What I want to know is how much do they like me? They like me friendly. Doesn't say exactly how much. Alright. Well, we're so close to the planet. Okay, we are out of the zone. I want to go that way. It is almost in line with the crust. But, yeah, let's just go there. Yeah, I guess, thinking about all of it, if I had to give advice to someone who was getting the Sirius permit for the first time and they had no reputation with the Sirius Corporation, to do it the fastest possible way, and you didn't have anything to trade to them to make them like you that way, which back in my Void Opal mining days with my Clipper, I did that quite a lot. I would use my Clipper to get an entire hold full of Void Opals, and I would sell them at a station controlled by the faction I was trying to build rep with, and that worked super well. But in our case, we don't really have Well, I mean, you could do it that way. But more classically, you'll just run missions. Yeah, if you wanted to run missions as fast as possible, you probably would use a resource like Inara or EDDB to find every system that the Sirius Corporation was present in, and then you would look through the systems and find whichever one has a space station the closest to the star. And that one would be the best one to run missions out of, because it will take less time to get to that station than any other. In my case, I just knew that Sirius was present in Procyon, and I came here. So, probably not the fastest way to go about it. Yeah, Procyon, as it happens, is a binary, and all of the darn space stations are around the secondary star. Yep, there's the big A star. It doesn't have a single station, just that one planetary outpost. Here's the secondary star. It's got 3 space stations around planetary bodies, and oh my god, there's a lot of Earth-likes here. Really? Wow, I should scan all of these. And an outpost. I guess we'll scan those things. I mean, Sirius is highly populated. Yeah, of course it is known that Sirius has Earth-likes. But everyone in the galaxy might not know that. So if they're paying for expansion data, that's valuable data to tell them about. We're actually in space right now. I guess. Let us, instead of going where we were going, let's stop at all the planets so we can scan them. I don't care about the weapons fire. I want to know about planets. Like Procyon B7, an Earth-like world. Oh, I said Sirius is populated. Well, so is Procyon. We'll just pull a little drive-by here and scan their planet. That should do it. Yeah, we've upgraded our surface scanner a little bit. It can still be upgraded a little bit more. Yeah, we scanned the crap out of that planet.
Surface scan complete.
Alright. So we can use the orrery to tell us which one is actually closer. The 5th planet. What? Yep. Well, what about B6? There is a body missing. Really? Where's B6? I'm confused. Oh, it's a binary. They're co-orbiting. So wherever you find B5, you'll also find B6. Oh, yeah. You gotta really zoom in. It's right here. Well, let's go. The naming doesn't really make sense. Why are they called 5 and 6 if they're in the same orbit together? Shouldn't it be like B5 and B5 body B or something? Because they're both, I mean, in the same orbit, so depending on what part of their orbit that they are around each other, either one could be closer to the parent star. But anyway, definitely do come to this system and scan all of these Earth-likes, man. This is worth a ton of cash for exploration data to build up your exploration rank and get those high-ranking exploration-related missions. And also, apparently, pleasing all the exploration-related engineers and getting you invited to go see them. Yeah, you actually can fly away while the probes are still in flight. You don't have to sit here and watch it. But it is oddly satisfying, so I do. And next we will go, if I can just remember everything I've scanned, to the 4th planet. But we got it. See you later. Yeah, there's just so many darn Earth-likes, gotta catch them all. Earth-likes are super valuable to scan. I think water worlds are even more valuable. Although I could have that backwards. And ammonia worlds are pretty valuable too. Nothing else really compares to those three. Earth likes, water worlds, and ammonia worlds. Looks like they have a station out here too. But the station we want to go to is going to be the one closest to the star. It is, yeah, Davy Dock. Exactly. Davy Dock. That is the one that is the most accessible in this star system. So let's get in. Yeah, we finished all of our missions. We have some data to sell. Alliance data and Empire data. You don't work for them. Nope, they're federal. Okay, and because we're only friendly, gotta do even more missions. My goodness. Commodities market, I don't care. Let's take a mission. Can't do this yet, gotta be allied. But we can liberate hostages. That is very annoying. See, the ship icon means that you have to liberate them from the cargo hold of a ship. They are being held hostage. It is worth a lot of stuff. Wow, that is a really annoying mission. If they sell hatchbreaker limpets, then I might do it. These missions suck. Spec Ops means you get to go destroy civilians. Nasty work. Planetary scans, well, we know what those are. I guess we can do this, but let's make sure. Why don't you take me to your outfitting shop and tell me if you have hatch breakers, because you really cannot do this without a hatch breaker limpet controller. You really can't. I mean, theoretically, you could. You could knock out the cargo hatch, and the hostages would come flying out. But realistically, that would never, ever happen. A hatchbreaker limpet controller, we could swap out our DSS or an AFM. We don't really need to carry these around. Do you have a hatchbreaker limpet? You do. Okay, it is the crappiest kind. We'll take one of these. You can hold on to my AFM. And yes, you have to use it as a fireable thing. So when we are shooting, we can also pop out a limpet. And you better hope that the ship that you're shooting at does not have point defense, because they will shoot your limpets down. It's not impossible to get limpets to land while they have point defense cannons active, but that's pretty hard. Since we're here, do you happen to have... They don't have any beam lasers. They only have burst lasers. They only have the worst kind. This place really sucks. I was going to say, let's get different weapons installed, but not going to do that. They don't have anything to pick from. Only the most bare essentials. I remember coming to Davy Dock before. I guess it wasn't for outfitting. Alright, let's get your hostages. And, how much rep is that worth? We'll do this one. We won't do the other one. We'll do this one, though. Okay, and before we leave, let us please get some limpets. It's not really known exactly how many limpets it will take. I guess if there's 6 of them, then we might use up to 15 limpets. Okay, what? You don't want me to break the freaking sound barrier inside of the dock area? You're no fun. I don't want to go to Davy Dock, though. I want to go to liberate hostages. Let's do this first, because it would just be kind of silly. It would be kind of silly doing missions that weren't related to the hostages we rescued while they were in our hold, just carrying around people. I mean, I guess they're not really hostages anymore. So they could just sit there quietly out of their binds finally. What are we doing? This is a planetary scan, but we need to scan the nav beacon to locate the target settlement. We can't cheat, right? We can't just like look at the map and realize that there's target settlements here. Like this place, because it's not, critically, it's not a station. But there's a few things like this. Yeah, it could be any of those. There's a lot of them. Alright. Yeah, since we don't know which one it is, I'm actually going to scan the beacon to find out. I mean, if you're feeling lucky, you could just stop at one of those planetary outpost and it'd be the one where you need to go. I guess the thing would update as you got close, but I don't really know that. I guess because you could use the scanner, the frequency scanner, to find it. This big fucking Type 7's in the way. I can barely see the beacon. So if you're using your scanner to find it, then it would say, hey, that's the place. And they tell you to go there. These big fat ships are slowing me down. Bravo 2. Okay. So we don't know exactly which one it is, but we know it's here. Well, then we probably know which one it is. It's not going to be that one. It's got to be... Oh, it could be either of these. Either a Lindblom terminal or whatever. Anyway, let's go to that planet. Oh boy, it's far away. Our favorite. Alright, here we finally are. I'm actually Googling some information like, should I do planetary scans with my SRV or should I stay in my ship? Because this player didn't have an SRV, and they're like, can I do this anyway? This person said, scans of planetary data points require an SRV. But I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure you can just shove your face in the thing. Oh, this is an outpost. Yeah, outposts are different. But if we were scanning, like, for instance, one of these installations, like Lindblom Terminal or Tannen Horizons, then you can just shove your ship's face in it. But the problem with these outposts is that they don't actually spawn unless you're in an SRV, usually. I think maybe always?
Orbital flight engaged.
Always, maybe? I think maybe always. Okay, we can go a lot faster. So we're looking for an outpost. It might be here. Without dropping in, we learned that it was there and not there. Whoa, don't actually enter. Okay. Well, it did not move, so we don't really know if it's gonna be there or not. Because it didn't move, we'll just have to drop in and see what happens. Usually when it gets all squiggly like that, they start moving around. But this time it did not. So we're getting much closer to the search zone. And now it's moving around. Great. Okay, so we'll come down as close as we can. And it moved completely in the opposite direction. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, hard points. Whoops. Okay, and there it is. So we'll know if we can do this by just getting close. And we can see the little data thingy. So theoretically, if we had our data link scanner out and we were close enough, maybe we could shove our face into that thing and scan it. Maybe get shot by this turret right here.
Warning, you have entered a trespass.
Yeah, we can. A bunch of malarkey. You can do it with your ship.
Under attack.
And we're getting shot with the turrets. And we're reinforcing our shields. We're getting shot. But anyway, we're basically safe, so let's go and get these hostages. But the target's obscured, of course. So let's just escape the planet. You do not supercruise faster with more pips. You supercruise regardless of the pips. You can supercruise 100% speed with no pips. But I like to have full engine pips. Oh crap. Yeah, I don't care about Zindel Beacon. I care about Wolf 359. But it's obscured, so we can't. Okay. Did not go far enough. There it is. Now we can go. These darn planets in the way. Yeah, and I should mention, since we're doing dangerous things, after we got some very valuable exploration data If your ship is destroyed while carrying exploration data, you will lose your exploration data. So you might want to make it a habit before...
Objective detected.
Really? But we don't know where it is. Right? I don't know. Yes, we do. It's over here. Okay. Yeah, before you do anything really dangerous, just be in the habit of selling off your exploration data before you do those dangerous things, because if you die and your ship explodes, you will lose those things. Alright, so theoretically, we can do this without shooting the ship that has the hostages. Oh, we got an adaptive encryptor's capture. That was a very rare roll. And we zooped by. I accidentally bumped the controls, which screwed up our approach vector. And I wasn't able to bring it back. Sometimes you can bump it back opposite the way you bumped it. Okay, and what they said was, yeah, that we found it, but we found it. It doesn't matter. We found it anyway, without having to scan the beacon. They told us to scan the beacon. You didn't have to do that. Yeah, if the mission objective is real close to the star, then you'll just find it anyway. Okay, so what we found is there's a Type 6 here. It has no shields, and we need what's inside it. So without crashing into it and just hanging out here, I'm going to shoot a hatch breaker at it. And it's going to go over there and break open the hatch. Hopefully they don't wise up and start jumping away. So it does it on its own. And we actually, this crappy classy controller can actually shoot 2 limpets. So hopefully 1 limpet's all it takes.
Target cargo dropped.
It's going to start pooping out cargo. Something exploded. It was the limpet. Alright. So that we can get that canister of hostages. And as usual, 40 meters per second is the maximum speed. Oh, this asshole is scooping them back. Well, screw you, buddy. I'm getting them first. So here's a little fun mini game. I completely boffed that. Okay, what you can do is just quit the application and pretend that nothing bad happened, and just do it again. So this mission is pretty tough. Yep. I didn't realize they would do that. I swear I've done this before and they didn't bother scooping stuff up. But, well, one thing you can do to distract them is actually shoot at them. And so they'll be too busy shooting at you to bother scooping up their things. But I was not being careful, and I should have been. And so I hit it going too fast, and the thingy blew up. But if we look at our signal sources, we do not see one because we are not in Super Cruise. Okay, and then if we look, we are right on top of the signal source. So we can just turn around and get it. And we'll try it again. We're just 1 limpet down. And I'll be more prepared this time. My cargo scoop open and my engine adjusted properly. And if we're really skilled, we can pick these things up as they're popping out, I think. Nope, there's one. So he immediately brakes to go get those things. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Screw you. That's my thing. I'm just gonna shoot him. This is ridiculous. In fact, does he even have the things? You have to deal with me now. I think he's gonna leave. I think they dropped all the stuff. Well, I only count 5. Alright, let's get these things. He may have actually picked one up. Well, he's shooting at me. I'm gonna redo my pips so that I have more power in my shields. I don't think their weapons are probably going to be very good on that cargo vessel, but they are pissed and they are shooting. Hopefully they don't shoot the fucking canister. Oh yeah, he dropped all of them. So, if it doesn't take too long, we actually can... You're wanted, dude. Yeah, screw you. Waste fucking metal.
Frameshift charge detected.
Yeah, you suck. No, he's getting away. I don't care. Could chase him down, but we have other things to worry about. See, the thing about cargo, when cargo is just ejected into space, it actually degrades. So you got to pick it up within, I'm not sure exactly how long it will last. But you'll see the life bar under it. See where it says 65% right now? When that reaches 0, the cargo will explode. And that happens for any kind of cargo that is just ejected into the hard vacuum. This is not our mission objective. We want hostages. Is that his high wake? That's his high wake. Do I really want these slaves? Normally I would say that we could turn these in somewhere. But we still need 2 more hostages. Okay, yeah, normally you would be able, I guess, in a real life, to pick up this, slaves and turn them in to, like, be freed. But there's no facility to do that in the game. Slaves are always slaves, even when they're not really with their masters. They're not enslaved anymore. Do we know where the... Yeah, we can go back. Basically, the exact same signal source. Okay, so even though we chased the guy away and he should have left, he'll still be there. And we could just do the same thing over again to get more hostages. They'll just come out like a fountain of... endless fountain of mission objectives. So if he drops 2 hostages, we can blow him up. We know what happens, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him after they pop out, so he doesn't no scooping. Drop the cargo. Oh, what's this? Well, anyway, this guy's wanted. You're shooting at me? Oh, God. Hey, let me just get these hostages, man. I'm kind of busy. I don't want to deal with this. So this guy got help this time. I'm gonna up my shields. We're gonna pick up this cargo without freaking out, even though we're getting shot. Alright, we just get the hostages. I'll turn around and get some more hostages. We don't have to get a lot of hostages. There's a lot of ships shooting at us now. Alright, let's just get these hostages. I'm taking some shield damage. If I had a shield cell bank, I would pop it off right now. I do not. So just gotta get the hostages. I kinda want to shoot these ships. That's all the hostages we needed. We don't have to engage these guys in combat, but I'm kind of pissed. You challenged me. I rammed him. I took out my shields. But not completely. You're gonna shoot me again? Do not ram me again. My shields are down.
Target destroyed.
Alright, and this stupid cargo vessel. So that's what you do to annoying people. There's more hostages. I guess we should be good citizens and pick them up, even though we already have all the hostages we need.
Cargo scooped.
It says mission required. In actuality, it's not required because of we already got enough. And the reason why it doesn't match the count is because we return to a signal source.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
We are full of stuff, but there's materials here. I'll just look at these materials to see if I want anything. We have 9 of those, 10 of those. We only have 2 of these. We could probably pick up some more of those. We only have 2 of these, even though they're only tier 2. They're not rare, but we only have 2. So if you need them, then you need them. And we kind of need them. So I'm going to scoop up these chemical processors. Just want to make sure that we get enough things. And if they're giving them to us, then we better get them. I mean, theoretically, I could scoop up all these things. But there's nothing very rare. The only thing I would maybe get is these mechanical components because they're tier 3, which is kind of good. But maybe just as one little extra, then I'll pick these up. And we'll be on our way. Hopefully this is all the missions we need to do. Because boy howdy, that was a lot of missions.
Cargo scoop retracted.
We did all the things. We did this. Yeah, we're done. We did this. Okay.
Cannot comply.
Because my weapons are out.
Frameshift drive charging.
That was a lot of missions. If you want to see a real lot of missions, try some BGS manipulation. You're running missions to your freaking eyes fall off.
2.
I do not like background simulation. I mean, for like turning the wheel, that's important. I understand why people are doing that. That's exciting. No one knows if it'll work or not, or if it'll do anything. So turning the wheel's pretty cool.
Fuel scooping complete.
But for a vanity project where you just have your own faction created in the game for you to take care of like a little baby, not so much into that. Yeah, because Cormac Hub actually rotated around to face us, it's actually closer than Davy Dock. Davy Dock is the one you would think would be the closest because it is in the closest orbit of all of them. But Cormac Hub, yeah, the 7th planet, even though it's further from the star, it's closer to us because we don't care how close it is to the B star. We care about the A star, Procyon. But anyway, when you're this far away, they're all about the same distance. The distance of the secondary star. Oh, I did have you there. Got you good. Did a thing. Vouchers. Yeah, the voucher message for the 1,000 credit voucher is basically nobody needs 1,000 credits at all, ever. So it basically just serves as a message to tell you that a week has passed. So like, for example, with our power, Zach, it tells us we've been here for 6 days. So until the time pledged is greater than 3 weeks, we cannot get Zachary Hudson's special module, the pacifier fragmentation cannon, size 3. They only come in size 3. It's a good size. It's large. It's pretty good thing. Frag cannons, I don't think there's any huge frag cannons. I think they only go up to size 3. Yeah. Huge weapons, you only have to worry about if you're flying like at least a Fertile Lance, it has, or a Mamba, they have a single size 4 hardpoint that's considered huge, and the other really big ships will have them. The Corvette, notably, is the only ship that has 2 huge hardpoints on one ship. And delightfully, they're pointing directly forward. They're very close to each other with a very tight convergence. So even if you put fixed weapons in those huge hard points, then you will be able to hit even the smallest enemy target, assuming you can aim. You won't be limited by a wide convergence, keeping you from hitting small targets. Like on this ship particularly, I thought that by putting weapons in the front, the little ones, these two panels here are hard points. But even that seems like too much for fixed weapons. I mean, it's usually okay shooting at a ship, but remember I was shooting at a Cobra and the convergence was really wide. And when I was shooting at the turret power source, I barely could even hit it with both of them at the same time. So anyway, yeah, it's a bonus when that happens. Get to the door really fast. I'm not even complying with physical laws, dude. I'll just phase through your entire space station. Abrupt video ending for Elite this time. This video is just too long to post at once, so I'm cutting it here. If you've been watching, thanks. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.